So it is official. Can Soccer the USA, in conjunction with Kevin Blue, have appointed Jesse Marsch as their next men's national team coach? The announcement came down today. Kevin did a nice little social media video calling Jesse Marsch to confirm that he is the coach. I think it's nice also shot to Canada Soccer's social media. Adam doing a great job with the squad. I know I was just going to give Adam the credit, but it's all good. But regardless, interesting note. MLS clubs, Canadian clubs, donating to CSA along with other philanthropic donations to make this happen. Tell us something we don't know. Canada Soccer is broke, but it's good to see Kevin Blue playing to his roots, working with fundraising, getting people in to contribute to the program, especially leading up to the World Cup. What we know is that his contract runs up until the World Cup is completed, and after that, it's a conversation. If I were a betting man, I think you run it with Marsch till then, and depending on results, then you throw the reins over to Bobby Smirniotis. And I think that would be, if you were trying to groom a next coach, I think that would be the strategy that you want to go with. Maybe let Bobby get some experience somewhere else and see what he can do outside the CPL. That being said, let's talk about what this means. We're going to have more content on this, but we just want to put something out here, just talk. I think the most curious thing for me is, what does this mean now for the roster? Everyone looks at Marsch and sees his high pressing system, Gegenpress, however you want to look at it, as suited to some of the Canadian players. I think there's a very nice breakdown of Marsch and his tactics on YouTube. He has a coaching masterclass clip, the coaches' voices. You guys should check it out. I'll leave it in the description down below. He breaks down their game versus Liverpool that he won when he was at Leeds. But it makes me think about which players or which player groups could benefit. We all know the big names, but I want to look at real quick the strikers and the forwards. So in other words, the attacking options. I wonder what this means for the strikers. Canada's recently had a lot of informed strikers. It might limit some of those opportunities unless you're willing to put strikers out wide, and I don't want another repeat of Nigeria where you have 19 strikers who are all playing well and you just play them in a flat front three and see what you can create. I think it does open the door for a conversation, which is which striker might get left in the 23-man squad. Primarily when you look at, say, I think Marsch suits Joe David a lot better. Marsch has liked his more pressing styles. Again, we'll see it when he does in Canada, if he adjusts. If he doesn't just see athletes and say press, press, press. But I think you would think Joe David suits that much better than a Kyle Larin. But then this comes to the conversation of a Theo Bair, Ike Ugbo. This actually might open the door for a player like Jason Russell-Rowe, who can get up and down, both on the wings, but also as a 9. I'm curious to see what he can do now. This might open a door for him to get a little bit further up the depth chart just because of a style. The other question is in terms of winger depth. I know we're all thinking, okay, Alphonso Davies just had a good performance at the Champions League semis that they lost, a great goal that he scored. You have Tejan, who scored over the weekend as well. Liam Miller at Preston North End had a good season. But now I think there's 3 names out wide who are worth having a conversation about. Jayden Nelson, having a good season playing abroad, could be interesting. Theo Corbiano, I think him playing in La Liga, I mean, getting his fitness under his feet, but then also playing is very interesting. I think a player that I think most Canadian fans had kind of given up on, but might be intriguing to have another run at, Luka Koleosho. I think he could be an intriguing name, and again, I have on the mind of this is the time you should take a run at him, not just because you have Marsch, but he is kind of away from the top of mind for most people. Why not make a run to see if you can get him to commit to the program there? But those 3 wingers, I think they open up the idea of winger depth and the importance of that, especially if you're going to be pressing wide or maybe as narrow as some people will look and see that Marsch may do. But I'm curious. Was he my choice? No. I was looking at a more localized level. I like the idea of Hugo Perez, maybe a Henry Bernard. We didn't get those, but it doesn't mean that I hate the team because I didn't get my choice. Ultimately, we'll see what he's able to do. We'll have our first look against the Netherlands. I do wonder what happens with Morbiello if he stays on as an assistant coach. I think that role might suit him a little bit better. But Jesse Marsch is the coach for Canada, guys. Let me know in the comments what you think. Yeah, I think we'll wrap it up right here.